So I'm cheap and I'm lazy. And I didn't feel like doing this today, but I think it's not a huge project, so maybe I should start painting in the shape of this tree. As you can see, I've changed a few things already, just by introducing a bit of the sky color in different ways around the tree, and the hillside color. So I've painted in the negative spaces a little bit to establish the shape of the tree more. And I'm going to use midtones to lay in where the bulk of the tree will catch light. So being cheap and lazy, I used them against each other, and all I had to do to avoid laziness was to take some paint from a pile on my palette and lay it in the mixing area and mix it together, because I know that if I didn't use it, I would waste it. Then my cheapness took over and saved the day. So we're going to play with that right now. Because I have this hill sliding down, and the hill behind it sliding down, and the hill behind everything sliding down, I need to oppose it. I want to oppose it with the foliage in this tree that catches the brightest sunlight going down the opposite direction. Not that you always have to oppose everything, but you gotta sort of find a balance that keeps you happy. I'm using midtones because that's allowing me to lay more intense light on that area. And it's kind of rewarding because coming closer like this, you do begin to see a light at the end of the tunnel as far as your painting being done is concerned. Look at the junk I'm picking up here. My goodness. It's a small irritation. It's not the worst thing. So we're using all these small shapes that I'm making with the brush now to somehow cohesively come up with a large design, right? A large shape broken up into small shapes. Okay, I'm going to play with that. I need to lay on some highlights here. And I may do more of this. But for the time being, I think this will do. We have some company right now, and I would like to, before visiting, I want to do this because this paint that I'm laying on will take on a different texture by tomorrow morning. So I don't want to ignore it just yet. Okay, I think that'll do for now. It's too bad that I can't just leave this dark area that dark, you know. I'm going to have another form of a branch with foliage under here, catching some light, but the recesses of the trees of the tree, I'm going to try to leave them quite dark when I paint them in. Give it a bit of mystery, give it some shape, give it the feeling of sculpture. Okay. So I guess what I'd like to show, I've changed the camera angle to make it more obvious, I suppose. But as I think I just pointed out, you know, we have these lines going down and down. This is a strong line, sunlight catching it a little bit, even indirect sunlight, you know. I really like the drama of our light against dark and our light against dark. So I mentioned it before that this would really be the focal area, and although this is, you know, I'd love to just leave it all dark, but there's no point to doing that. You really need to put more information in there. I'm going to put a few more shapes in the underside. I want you to be able to look into the tree. I want you to be able to be drawn to this area because of the contrast between the high chroma, high value, and dark areas. So we'll keep playing with that, but I think now you can see how in general, the information on the periphery of the focal area is really has lots of information, but it really only is serving to support the highest intensity. You know, I may still do something here because these are these are still very straight, you know, telephone pole or hydro pole-ish looking trees, and I may still put a branch or something a little bit crazy in here and play with the light on this bush. I don't know yet. Now, I mentioned also that I'm going to do something in this area, and really what it's going to come down to is intensifying intensifying the drama even in the distant hillside. So I think I'm going to leave it at that for now. Talk to you soon.